let me quickly introduce our second guest. She joined not too long ago. She is Honorable Dr. Marian Dang Jackie. She's the Director General, Amalgamated APC Support Groups. Very good morning to you, ma'am. All right, APC crisis. And I asked Mr. Philip, Comrade Philip earlier, and he said there is no crisis in the APC. I want you to, are you asserting to that, or you have a different thoughts to it?
Not really. In APC, as the largest political party in Africa, we don't have any crisis. You know, in politics, there will be itches here and there, which is part of political antics. And it's a natural thing in politics. But APC has been matured. APC has been fair enough to manage whatever comes up. And thank God, most of the stakeholders are too matured to allow the crisis to, whatever risk they have, to escalate.
Well, if you said they are so mature to allow the issue escalate, the day before the resignation of the former chairman, down to this very moment, we'll be hearing different fireworks from your secretariat, the NWC, not in terms with the All Progressive Governors Forums, the Progressive Governors Forum. And you are saying here that there is no crisis. Now tell me, why would someone wake up in the morning and decide to want to resign a position like the national chairman of a party?
That, I would say, is his personal opinion, because this man has been a two-time governor. He has been a 2 or 3 times senator. And, you know, with age, he has been trying, he has been working for the party. Most likely, he might be tired of holding this position because it's stressful.
So why didn't he come public to make this known to Nigerians, even the party members? Because as it is now, we've not heard from him since he resigned. Even a copy of his letter of resignation, we don't know the content as it stands now. If you're saying probably he has done his best because of age and all that, that should be something, somebody should be proud to say, okay, fine, I'm retiring from service. It's a good thing for you to go into retirement.
You know, they called in an emergency meeting, and I think in that meeting he made a pronouncement that he's retiring because, you know, leadership is stressful. For his age, that is my own opinion. Maybe for his age, because the man has really tried. Look at the presidential election we went through in the campaigns, yeah, and structuring the party, structuring the presidential campaigns and all this. You know, he tried. To me, I give him a lot of kudos because Senator Abdullah Adamu has really done well in politics. And if he decides to retire at the age of over 80, how does that cause any chaos or any this political propaganda, as we used to call it? You know, in political antics, you should expect hitches here and there. You should expect people to talk, which is natural in politics. So if he decides to make it personal, that he doesn't want to go public with his resignation, it's okay. It shouldn't cause any...
No, is it part of the party constitution that if the national chairman is resigning, the national secretary must go with him?
I wouldn't say yes or no, but let me tell you one thing. You know, in the process of their politicking, you know, maybe they might be aspiring for another office. And in our, it is not allowed for you to hold more than one position, political position. So you wouldn't know. We wouldn't know the National Secretary's opinion or reason for resigning as well.
So it means nobody's telling us the truth from the APC. Now, if, for instance, if the National Secretary, who is young, and is resigning with someone who is of age, it means there's something the party is not telling us. Remember, some parties or what, like I put to him the other time, we are accusing these two persons, very high officers of the party, of mismanagement of the financial records. And also the incident that played out before the primaries that brought in President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, where he was trying to impose a candidate on the party. So many persons are looking at all that as part of the reasons why, maybe probably for him to take a soft landing before the party come on him or that. What's the correlation with all this?
Just maybe, but you see, in politics, everybody has aspiration. And maybe the national secretary might have an ambition to aspire for another political position. And it is not allowed for him, like I said, to hold two positions in our constitution. He has to resign from one. That is one.
Is it the chairman or we're talking
no,
about?
the secretary.
The secretary.
The chairman, like I told you, in my own personal opinion, I just felt maybe because of age. Leadership, like you know, is very, very stressful. National chairman is like being a president of the country because you control the entire structure in the states. And it's not easy. And you should respect each here and there. So maybe because of his age, like I have told you, then there are a series of allegations against them. It has not been made public officially by the party. You hear side talks, hearsay. But we as party members, it has not been brought to our notice officially that these people, they are allegating these people for this fraud or not.
Exactly.
Financial fraud. It is not in the know of the party members. But yes, you will hear side talks, which is normal in politics. But to us, it's not yet official. If it is, then we will now look at it as an arm of the party, because we are an arm of the party as amalgamated APC support groups. We have the right to venture into this, to know, because we are like the foot soldiers of the party.
Exactly.
So whatever is happening in the party, we have the sole right to know. But for now, as far as we are concerned, it's a hearsay, because it has not been officially mentioned to us or publicly mentioned. So that's our stand.
So that's the stand of the amalgamated
Yes.
support group.
Yes.
Also, it's an affiliation of the party itself.
Yes, we are.
Now, let's look at the possibility of getting a replacement from the North Central. Just like you said, we've been hearing so much from the Secretariat and also outside the Secretariat that a certain candidate from the Northwest was penciled down by the Progressive Governor Forum against the original structure that says the national chairman should come from the North Central. Is that the position of the party as it stands now?
I wouldn't say yes, because in APC we usually follow our constitutions.
Exactly.
Everything done in APC is get up our constitution. This national chairmanship was zoned to North Central, and in particularly Nasarawa State. If there's going to be, look at it. Let's look at it this way. When Senator Abdullahi Adamu resigned, they followed the constitution by giving it to the next in rank, which is the National Deputy Chairman North. That is what the constitution says. So now, if there's going to be mini convention, since it's not a general convention, it's just to fill this, it will remain where it is. Because we wouldn't want to orchestrate any crisis in the APC. It's like the national woman leader may be resigning, and you are taking somebody from Northwest to replace her. To cross.
Let me bring in Philip at this point. You know, earlier you also established the same point she's making now. But I want to take you on a different issue.
Yes.
You followed up with the discussion from our Benin studio.
Yes.
So many persons are already accusing your party leadership, the president, of inflicting pains on Nigerians with the removal of the fuel subsidy. You know, already it's already established that it was not this administration that actually removed the subsidy. He only announced it to the public. But most persons felt he wasn't sensitive enough to have done that at that early stage. I don't know whether you agree to that evolution.
Actually, thank you very much for that. I actually would not say I agree to that to that allusion, because the president came at a point where he needs to salvage the country, right? And taking out that subsidy was the right thing to do at that moment. we know, we just need to be patient to ensure that we follow government's, policies the way they have outlined them, to ensure that at the end of the day, we're able to come out of this quagmire that we are into. Like you rightly said, it was not this government, this present government, all these things started. But he has to take the bull by the horn. I mean, you must commend the president for standing tall to be able to take the bull by the horn to remove this subsidy. Everybody knows subsidy is a scam. But what we are praying and we are expecting, and the government is on right now, is to ensure that those things that need to be put in place, the palliatives, you understand, are brought on board, so that it kind of the little hardship that Nigerians
why I
are
asked
facing.
that because Nigerians are always quick to throw stones.
Yes.
We are singing praises of this present administration. He has come to probably wipe away sufferings of Nigerians, but in the long run, that's not working. Just like he mentioned, probably there are policies that we may be seeing the dividend in time to come. But you, as a party member, when you go around and see this happening, do you have that feeling of the citizens, and do you have the intention of maybe calling your party leadership together? Look, why can't we reverse this issue, just like my colleague? Is there any means of reversing it back to where it was before?
At some point, there are some drastic decisions that need to be taken.
Exactly.
You see, this Western world, they are not better than Nigeria. We have all it takes in this country.
Exactly.
With the human and capital resources to make Nigeria work. You know what doesn't work in Nigeria? Because we are used to this free market infrastructure, Like these are our president. President Ahmed Bola Tinubu is an administrator on his own. He knows what it takes. He will bring in expertise to work on our economic policy. See, sometimes we have to make sacrifice for things to work for us.
Exactly.
It might not be immediate. The effect might not be immediate. But at the long run, we'll all enjoy it. The only thing we will advise as an arm of the party and as Nigerians,
Yes.
is for government to enact a policy that will soften the sufferings of the masses. There are some things that needs to be subsidized, that like the presidency or the government has to wade into transportation system, because once that system is subsidized, is made at ease for people, for the citizens, everything will have to be ease. It will come at ease for them.
All right, I think we may have to end it there because of time. We must thank you so much for being on the program, Dr. Honorable Mariam Danjaki. She is the DG Amalgamated APC support groups. Also, comrades Philip Igodo, he is also from the Amalgamated APC support group. Thank you so much for being on the program this morning.
Thank you so much.
All right, Sonny Duke, I think this is where we'll draw the curtains for the program this morning on ITV for the Monday edition.
Thank you, Dominic. A very lovely conversation there. But if we have the time, probably would have loved to get our guests there to respond to the current economic policies of the government of the day, which, of course, whether anybody likes it, the APC government. It looks like you've not gotten it right with the first set of policies, economic policies that they brought forth. Because what we're seeing, instead of renewed hope, we are seeing renewed hopelessness. That's the reality on the ground. With the Trekaton, with the floating of the Naira, and all of that is certainly not all going well for the country.
Educational sector.
Absolutely.
There are hints that government may not be able to fund federal-owned.
Yes, we have federal institutions proposing increases in school fees.
It's disheartening, looking at the fuel subsidy removal, the pain, the agony that Nigerians are going on currently, and telling us that federal government, well, we are yet to verify that claim. But if it's true, this is like causing pain.
Okay, that's the package today on the show TMI on the ITV network. Be sure to join us tomorrow, the fresh edition of the program. On behalf of the entire crew, I'm Sonny Duke Okosum, wishing you a great week ahead. Bye for now.